Shut up! What are you looking at? Oh, whatever. And don't you start. The show is coming together quite nicely. 0 minus 1. Let me pitch you the logline. After a brush with total amnesia, a mind wiped clean, comedian Eric Lampaert, me, returns from the void with questions only madness can answer. Fractured memories, multiple personalities, and a darkly funny perspective on what it means to be human. Yes, yes, thank you. Thank you. What do you want? No, I don't need your help. Ow! Okay, oh, thank you. Thank you for soothing me after you hit me. Oh, he's not happy. Hey, guys, don't argue. Ow! Okay, fine. Jesus, you can help. This, no doubt, looks weird to you, but this is how I've been behaving since the event. And nobody ever sees it. It's like I'm in superposition. Until I'm observed, I'm multiple states at once, and it's exhausting. The interesting thing with this story is that it's a story. Some people might think I'm faking it, seeing as I'm an actor. Even I wonder if I'm pretending to be what seems like the personification of chaos. But if I am making this up, I don't know that I'm doing it. As in, I'm not privy to the conversation, so there's other layers of me that is controlling me and keeping me out of the loop. Speaking of acting, I have a film coming out in cinemas soon, in movie theatres in the USA also. I'm the antagonist in a movie called The Thing with Feathers. You wouldn't know because I'm covered head to toe in the skin suit of a crow. But go check it out. It's a beautiful film, like genuinely. When I watched it for the first time, I had to double check with my agent. I was like, I'm not wrong, right? This is genuinely beautiful. The cast and crew, they just did a stunning job, and it was an honour to be part of it. And yeah, genuinely beautiful. I played a trickster spirit that can live between the realm of the living and the dead. Typecast. I did another audition as well recently to play a werewolf for a big-time director. And people tell actors that getting the opportunity to audition in front of a successful director is itself an achievement. But that's not exactly true. Like, if I land the job, I'm a successful actor who gets to play in a movie created by a talented director and get a big paycheck. And if I don't land the role, I'm an out-of-work, almost 40-year-old standing in front of another man pretending to be a big dog. So two very different storylines. But I am an actor, and this is a one-man show. It's not just going to be stand-up, it's going to be theatre! And for so long, I wanted to be believed. Right? The experience I had was so supernatural that it shook all foundations of what I once thought possible. And most people were understandably skeptical when I told them of my experience, because it was too, out of this world. But now I don't care whether you believe me or not. All I care about is creating a awesome story and entertaining the out of you. In the story, I'm not revealing anything new. It's a story, it's a theme that has been... Is the word propagated the correct? It feels right, propagated. No, propagated feels naughty. That feels like a naughty word. That's not right.
2 hours later.
You know what, I'm just going to go with the verb told. It's more boring, but ultimately does the job. It's a story that's been told over and over and over again because there seems to be a sort of cyclical mechanism to nature, to the cosmos, and I just happen to be experiencing something of that nature. And so now I can't quite comprehend whether I live in a mathematical universe, as in everything is ordered within the chaos, and so there is times where some people might experience something that is so supernatural that it might feel like God. And so that's why I'm like, is it God or is it just fate? Like some people are just weaved into the patterns of existence and of reality. I don't know. So when I lived as something without memories, I essentially ceased to exist, right? Eric, what I consider to be me, returned much later. And so in that identity-less space and time, I learned something so unbelievable that it requires scientific, medical, mathematical, spiritual answers to barely scratch the surface of the madness that I experienced. Answers which I feel compelled to share with others. And I do that on my podcast, Art of the Covenant. I explore reality as essays. And even on this YouTube channel, Surfing Chaos, the story, my story, our story, continues. Not just from the perspective of a comedian, but an actor, a human. But for the stage, however, I want to be able to curate all the best bits into a coherent and comedic hour. I don't want to drone on about philosophy and God, even though I find the subject fascinating. No, for the stage, I want to entertain an audience that may know nothing of consciousness or of quantum entanglement, and yet take them on this unbelievable journey, so that at the end, at the very least, they walk out spellbound by the experience of live theatre! Anyway, that's what 0 - 1 is about. Well, if you like the art of storytelling, or you want to prepare yourself for the unknown, then Surfing Chaos might be the YouTube channel for you. So give this a subscribe, and if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that, because it's quite challenging to sort of exist beyond all the artificially intelligent slop out there. So much content gets uploaded, and so one must strive to make somehow noise through all of this cacophony. And I don't want to make videos where I sort of shout racist slurs and stuff and make people angry, which is what the algorithm seems to really enhance, and I don't want to do that. I'm more about peace and love, man. Hey, love each other, yeah? While at the same time, of course, si vis pacem para bellum. Yeah, so if you like the video, I really appreciate your company. Thank you so much. And I'm going to get back to work. All right, so cheers. Decaf tea. I'm so rock and roll. Okay, all right, get out of here. So, if you fancy learning more about the show, or about creating a show, or about selling one and thinking of PR strategy and all of that good stuff, then go check out my Patreon, where I did a couple of videos sort of dissecting the process. So yeah, bye!